I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? Oh my gosh, I am so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you're listening anywhere. Just subscribe, like, comment, follow, do whatever you need to do, whatever it is. This episode is sponsored by lately.com. So if you want to know about Lately, just go ahead and go to lately.com and we will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the show, you guys. So listen, I have an amazing person on the line. She is an author. She is a painter or an artist. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but she's amazing. And I know that for a fact. Ellen Jean, welcome to the show.
Welcome. I'm so happy to be invited here. I'm very thrilled to talk to you, Yaya.
Awesome. So correct me if I'm wrong. I know you're an author, but you're an artist. So there's so many different types of artists. There's the graphic artists, there's the painters, there's the watercolor. I mean, which one are you? Talk to me about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a painter, and I've been painting since I was 12. I do watercolor and acrylic, and I call myself a Neoimpressionist, which means new impressionism.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's different. I've never heard of that. Tell me something about that. What is the difference between, just what is the difference between that? I don't understand.
Okay, in impressionist, there's three main types of art. There is the abstract, which is no subject, pure design, and then there's realism, which they try to make everything look like it really looks, and it's very detailed. And the impressionists use a lot of brushwork and color, and they give you an impression of what it is, but it's not so realistic. It's a combination of the design with the subject.
I gotcha. So it looks like a flower, but you can tell it's a painting.
Yes. Yes, you definitely know it's painting, and you will. And I really enjoy the brushwork and all that. So people get into it.
Wow. So you said you've been doing this since when?
Well, actually, I've been painting since at 17. I decided I was going to be an artist. I was going to be a pianist or a seamstress, or I was going to be an artist. And I decided that was the way to go at the end.
Wow. Well, being an artist, what is that like? I mean, have you had to take on other jobs, or have you always been an artist?
Well, in college, I had a couple jobs. I got fired, and I from a nurse at a nursing home, and I started drawing portraits at the street because I'd taken a portrait drawing class, and I was desperate to have something to pay my bills, and I made $42 the first day I did that. That was a lot of money to me then. And then I was able to pay my way to college. And I've been an artist ever since, but it's still, tough sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the artist life, everybody says that the artist life and the musician life run parallel, and everybody has to go wait on tables.
Well, I'm lucky. I have a great husband who can help me, support me. Awesome. So in the bad times, he's there.
That's important. Very, very much so important. So, okay. So tell me about your life as an artist, and then you kind of went ahead and did a book. So tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, I started painting, and I was so serious about painting. I would never do anything cute or fun, and but they liked my work, and some people would say, you should do a children's book. And I'm like, oh, I would never do a children's book. They said you should. And then I was on an airplane, and what I do is I draw pictures out on the airplane, sketch out the ideas, and it's a good time because I always want to paint, and you really need to do that work. And that's where I fluff off, but because I'm flying, I can't get into my paint. So I was planning this painting, and I had sunflowers with horses. And I went, oh, that's neat. And I kind of hid the sunflowers, and it's kind of a, lost and found. And like I had a customer say, oh, I saw her beautiful painting of the sunflowers. And the mother said, no, I saw the one with the horses. So that's how it was. Anyhow, then I grew out these pigs, and the pigs was a nice sketch. And then I drew out some irises, and I said, "Oh, you've done this painting before, Ellen. Do something different." And I didn't feel like wasting the paper, so I drew the pigs, more pigs on top of the irises. And I go, "Oh, that's interesting. What would you call this painting? Looking for a petunia, like Porky and Petunia." I said, "No, but they're irises." And that's when I came up with Where's Petunia, which is my book,
Mm.
first book. And there's these two cats, and they search through these beautiful flowers for each other. They get in trouble. It's fun, and it has these beautiful flower paintings, but there's animals in the flower beds because the girls leave the gate open and they get into all this. It's like before it's totally trashed. You see the picture of them just coming into the beautiful flowers.
Mm.
And so the cat goes, "Have you seen Petunia to the chickens?" And they say, "No, these are irises," or "I have the sheep." It's just all these different farm animals. And that was fun. And then I did a art book, which I always wanted to do. And after struggling through the financial woes of the first book, I really worked at planning out the financial plan for that book. And that book has been keeps selling at my workshops. I teach workshops online and off. And then I was sitting staring at my Christmas cards. I have Christmas cards too. And I was staring at them, and I go, "Why are these so successful? Everybody wants these." And I thought, you should do a Christmas book. And what would you do it? And I talk to myself all the time, of course. So I thought, well, I should paint sheep. I like painting sheep. And I fell asleep. And I had thought about that song, I gave him his wool, blah, 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 blah. And I remembered on our farm in Staples, Minnesota, we had a drought one year, and this semi drove up with hay, and I was the lazy kid. I was a kid who always tried. I had all these techniques for getting out of work, and I said I had to go change. And my mom says, "No, you are not going to change. You're going to wear." And I said, "Well, I'm wearing shorts because we were going to pull hay, and I wanted to protect my legs." And she said, "No, you get up there and help." So I go up there, and I was really strong, and I pulled this bale up. And I threw 35-pound bales all over the place. No big deal, but I grabbed this straw bale, and it was 50 pounds, and I didn't expect it. It hit my shins
Ooh.
and scratched them all up. And then I woke up from my nap, and I went, "Oh, they can't put that baby in the straw. That was a sheep. And here's, baby Jesus in the straw." And so I manufactured the story around the sheep that didn't like the straw. He's an
Mm.
orphan. And then it took a lot to figure. It took me 6 years to figure that book out. But
Oh,
it
wow.
really, really turned out nice. I had so much
Hmm.
fun with it. Just
Wow,
have
wow.
sheep making fun of each other, and yeah, who said that?
Wow, wow. I mean, okay, so are you going to do another children's book, or are you going to tackle something different this time?
Well, I have been just painting. I have a big show at a museum in February,
Oh,
um, at the Rourke Art Museum in Moorhead, and I'm working on those things. And I've just been having fun painting, and I've been getting into some big shows for award type, not necessarily getting awards, but it feels like award because you got
mm,
in, stuff like that. So I've been just focusing on my painting right now. But
right.
yeah, I don't have any. I'm thinking about maybe art. I have a blog which I really enjoy. It's called Painting of the Week, and I show a painting and I tell the story of the painting, and then I have a painting tip that relates to that story. It's really short, and I do that every week. So it keeps my
Wow.
writing going. That's
Right. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Wow, wow. So you have a very full schedule. I mean, how do you do that? How do you keep up with everything?
well, I have people who help me. So I have
Mm,
a marketing. I have a lot of companies I work with that help me, assist me with things, and then like I send the blog, and the gal pulls it all together and posts it. I have
mm,
marketing assistant, and I have different people working for me. So otherwise, but even then, I'm kind of crazy. I'm trying to get out of. I got to change something.
Yeah, I hear
What?
you. I hear you. Well, that is wonderful. I am so, so happy for you. Okay, so you said you have in February a showing. Tell me about that real quick, because I want people to know about that.
Yeah, the showing is called Women of Water Media, and I invited two of my friends, and we do watercolor and acrylic. And we started a watercolor society years ago,
Mhm.
and I think it's like 24 years ago, and we're just gonna feature the three of us, but it comes out in February over Valentine's, so it's women loving water media,
Mm.
and it, I do watercolor and acrylic, and each are to be 10 paintings. I've got one really fun one. It's a tri-college area here.
Mhm.
Um, I There's the Bison, and there's the MSU Dragons, and the Concordia Coppers, and I'm painting the Rourke Museum, and I'm doing a straight-on view. And on the rooftop, I put a dragon and the corn rose and a bison, and then I put animals in all the windows. I
Mm.
call it Animal House.
Yeah, that is
It's
so
kind of
cute.
fun, and I got corn leaves falling down in front of the column. It
Mm.
should be an interesting, yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. With all of the experience that you have now, with everything that you've gone through, what is the biggest thing that you would love to tell your younger self, if you could?
Wow, that's a great question. Wow. Ah, don't try so many things, or don't branch out, or try to. I was always trying to sell. I really wanted to be successful, and so I have cards, and I have books, and I have all this stuff, and I would rather relax a little and enjoy. I had kids in there. I had, whatever. I would say don't, and maybe just, well, it's so exciting. One of the good things I did is I've always had good photography of my work. And now we're getting into this, people are starting to license my images and use them on things. And I have great digital thing, but I have a lot of inventory, and I wish I didn't have so much inventory and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I don't know if I changed too much, but it is it's too grueling when I'm like working so hard. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. So don't try so hard is basically what you're saying. Just
Yeah, I
enjoy
mean,
the process.
yeah, I think people just come over and love stuff, and then I get all these expenses from having all the people helping me, so I have to keep going and keep
Mhm.
going and moving stuff. So it's created this kind of machine that I have to keep working at. So that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely tough. Well, I want to thank you, Ellen Jean, for being on the show. I couldn't pronounce your last name. How do you pronounce that?
It's a Diederich, and that's how you could find me. It's like died rich with the E in the middle.
I
So
see that.
Ellen Jean Diederich. So yeah, you can look at me at
Aha,
ellenjeandiederich.com.
that's it. And we're gonna have all that information in the description box.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna put that down there. That way people can actually just click on it, or they can copy and paste that into their browser. So that way it's easier to do. So I thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it, and all of your experience, and just showing people that you can go after your passions. Don't try so hard. Just enjoy the process.
Yes. Enjoy the process, Vicky. Good idea.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely.
You're brilliant. I can see you have very good questions. I
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Fun
much.
to
And
visit.
so are you.
Okay.
So are
All right.
you. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio. And hey, don't forget to dare to be different. Enjoy the process. Until next time, guys. See you later. Bye.
That is so key. Yeah, yeah.